Hello everyone, Stanley here and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to build a super easy and really fast cobblestone or stone generator in your Minecraft worlds. These things are super cheap, very quick to build, and you can put it pretty much anywhere in your Minecraft base in just a couple of minutes. I'll be showing you two cobblestone and stone generators in today's video. The smallest one produces 17,000 items per hour, and the slightly larger one that looks kind of intimidating produces 28,000 cobblestone per hour. These are fully AFK machines that you can AFK at for as long as you want. You can upgrade the storage to be however big that you want, and overall it is just a super easy and simple machine to give you a bunch of cobblestone or stone for use in your Minecraft projects. This is the smallest cobblestone or stone generator that I'll be showing you how to build today. As you can see, it is absolutely tiny, and this one has really good rates as well. This produces nearly 1,500 stone or cobblestone in 5 minutes, which is, exactly that much right there, or it produces nearly 18,000 cobblestone or stone in 1 hour. It's incredibly simple to use. All you do is to turn on the lever right there, and then if you don't have Silk Touch, it will be a cobblestone farm, and as you can see, you basically just stand right here for as long as you want. If you use a Silk Touch pickaxe, then you will get stone from the farm, and that way you can use it for either or. It's up to you. Keep in mind that the rates that I show you are using a Haste 2 beacon and a fully enchanted netherite pickaxe with efficiency 5. You do not need a beacon to use this farm, and you do not need netherite. You can use a stone pickaxe, iron, diamond. You can use whatever you want, but keep in mind if you're not using Haste plus netherite, you will get fewer rates than what is shown here. Basically, it's just going to be mining slower, so you get less items per hour. And this is the larger stone or cobblestone farm that I'll be showing you how to build in today's video. It's actually just an upgraded version of that thing right there. So this is basically a double stone generator. As you can see, we're generating stone at the top and at the bottom, and then we're pushing them into one area for you to mine and AFK at. So this one produces quite the better rates. It produces 2,400 items in 5 minutes, or 28,700 in 1 hour, which is pretty solid. So this is everything that you'll get within 5 minutes of using the farm. As you can see, that is a considerable chunk of cobblestone. This one is just as easy to use. You turn on the on switch, and then you just stand here and mine all the blocks in front of you. As you can see, it is a significantly faster build. You basically always have something to mine. It really is about as fast as you can get it. Of course, you could just build two of the tiny versions and put one on either side of your build, and that is incredibly easy to do as well, and that'll actually give you some pretty solid rates. That'll give you about 2,000 items in 5 minutes, or 25,000 items in 1 hour, which is pretty okay. It's not as good as the big design over there, but if you feel like it, you can build this one. So technically, there are 3 cobblestone farms in today's video. This is a good middle-of-the-road design, and that one's for the pro players. You might recognize the stone generator from my moss farm tutorial or other videos that I've done, and that's because it's the same stone generator. This is a tried and true stone generator, and it works incredibly well. It's been around for a couple of years now, and it's been built by tens of thousands of people, so it's incredibly reliable, and it works for any application that you want to use it for. It looks a little bit complicated, but I assure you it's actually really easy to build. This stone generator was designed by Nolan and Redstone Slime a couple years back for another tutorial that I did with them, so huge thank you to them for designing this and let me do tutorials with it. I tried to refine it and upgrade it and, do a bunch of different stuff to it, but this is basically as good as it gets. It is really a top tier stone generator. By the way, I also have a tutorial for a basalt generator, so if you want additional blocks, definitely check out that tutorial. It's incredibly simple to build and very fast too, so link to that is everywhere. One more note, you might have heard of another mechanic when it comes to stone generators, and that is lava ticking. Basically, you update the lava at certain intervals, and that makes it flow faster, so that you can get faster stone or cobblestone generators. However, I've done a bunch of testing with this, and while it does work sometimes, it's a little bit unreliable, and it's hard to get to work in the long term, and it's not also a perfect stone generator, because sometimes you get a random piece of cobblestone in there, which is just kind of unacceptable when it comes to things like moss farms. So lava ticking is a valid method for, some things, but again, it's a little bit unreliable sometimes. And let's hop into the tutorial, shall we? For your convenience, there is a materials list down in the description of the video for the small farm and the larger farm. We're going to start off by building the small farm and then upgrade that into the larger one because they're basically the same thing. One is just got some more redstone on top of it. For the small farm, you need a 6 wide area that is 8 blocks long and 4 blocks tall. For the larger farm, you need an area that is 8 blocks tall, 8 blocks deep, and 9 blocks wide. To start building, we're going to go to our lower left corner of the build area and go in by a block and a block up right there. That needs to be a solid block, then place 5 pistons to the side of it like so. Behind those, we need some more solid blocks, and in this corner, we need 1 upper slab. Go ahead and put redstone dust on top of all of that, and now we need to get ourselves a piece of glass right here, and then glass in all of these areas. You don't need to use glass blocks, but it's nice to be able to see the pistons because there is lava and water in here, and you don't want to accidentally break into that. Go around to this side over here, and we need to place in a piston right there with an observer facing away from the farm on the side of it, and then go ahead and get yourself a solid block right here, a piece of redstone dust, a redstone torch, and then a repeater right here on 4 ticks, and blocks in front of it, and behind it, that should start clocking, and then as you can see, all of our pistons are extending. And now we need a lever, place that right there, and that is going to churn off the entire machine. Go ahead and place in some temporary blocks right here, and put a piece of water inside of each one of those pistons like so. Go ahead and put a layer of glass all the way around this rim right here, and then 1 lava source in the middle. That'll spread out, and then place in some solid blocks above that. That way you don't fall inside of there. Now we need ourselves 1 temporary block right here, and then 5 pieces of obsidian lined up with all of your pistons. We can break all of these temporary blocks that we placed in, and if we turn on that lever, that is our stone generator activating, and as you can see, it is now working as it should. Installing storage is incredibly easy. All you're going to do is break out these 5 blocks right here and place in 4 chests like so, basically just 2 double chests. Place hoppers facing downwards into all of those. You're going to be standing on a hopper right there, and then the one in the back is just going to be facing into the side like so. And now we're going to go ahead and place in a couple more pieces of glass in the area. That way none of our stone or cobblestone fly up and land on the edges and get lost. You can now start using your farm with any pickaxe that you want, and if you don't want to fall down into the center of this hopper like so, you can just put a piece of carpet on top of there, and that'll work just fine. One side note, I think mobile players have 1 block of additional reach, so if you are standing right here and you can break that piece of glass right there, then all you need to do is like extend this farm, add in another piston, and that might also increase your rates as well. So that just allows you to have a larger stone generator if you are playing on mobile. And that's all there is to it for the small stone generator. If you want to know how to build the larger stone generator, then stick around for a couple more minutes. But if this is all you wanted from the video, then thank you for watching. Drop a like, maybe subscribe, do all those lovely YouTube things. Silent 2, what are you doing? You're breaking the farm. Anyway, let's hop into the tutorial for the larger version. You need to build this version right here before we can upgrade it into the double generator. So if you want to build the larger tutorial, all you need to do is remove this layer of glass right here and that, and then we're going to temporarily remove this line of stone, remove all of your hoppers and all of your chests that are down there. Once your stone generator looks like this, we're going to place in ourselves 5 pieces of obsidian right here in the floor, and then a layer of pistons above it like so. Break out this line of stone as well. Place in a solid block right there, and then a bunch of redstone like so. A solid block right there, and then we need a repeater on 3 ticks right there, and 1 piece of redstone dust behind it. Moving up a layer, we're going to place in a sticky piston right here, and then an observer facing away from the farm on top of it, an observer facing towards the bottom of that piston, a solid block behind it, and then place in yourselves 5 pistons right here. We need a solid block right there, and 4 pieces of redstone dust like so. And to finish the top of the farm, all you need is 2 pieces of glass right here, and then 2 solid blocks. We're going going to loop this around to the edge of the farm, lined up with the lower piece of redstone. Place in yourself 5 pistons right here, and then redstone on top of all of that. Place in a solid block right there, and a repeater on 3 ticks like so, and that's going to go into a couple of blocks like this. And now to place in the blocks underneath your pistons, again, I would recommend putting glass in all of these locations. That way you know not to break these blocks. And of course, you also need a couple blocks right there as well. Place in yourself a couple of filler blocks right here just to keep in the water, and then waterlog each one of these pistons. Go ahead and build a little guardrail on top of the pistons right here and on top of your temporary blocks. Put 1 piece of lava in the middle there, and then a roof on top of it like so. And now we're going to go ahead and place in our 5 pistons facing downwards in all of these locations right here. You need obsidian in these locations right here with 1 solid block and 5 pieces of redstone dust. So that is the final build, basically. You can go ahead and flick this lever, and you should see a whole bunch of stone and cobblestone get generated, and we're just going to turn that off before it fills in an entire platform. As you see, it's very quick. So you want to break out all of this stuff right here in case you let that generate, and basically we just need 3 pieces of stone right in front of this middle piston. We're going to place in a layer of glass right here and right above it as well, and then a temporary block and 5 pieces of obsidian right there. Place in some trapdoors right here. That way the items can actually fall down into your hoppers. Otherwise, they would get stuck on top of here and, you know, get lost. We're going to put another layer of glass on top of this, and then another layer of trapdoors, again, to ensure those items go all the way down. And then some glass blocks in all of these areas. And now we're going to place in our floor blocks lined up with your obsidian right here. So this is where you're actually going to be standing to use the farm. And now we're going to place in some double chests in this area right here, lined up with all of your pistons. And that's going to be storage for the farm. Place a layer of hoppers pointing directly downwards into those chests. And then some hoppers behind all of those pointing into them, just to collect all the items from this area. Place a layer of glass underneath this obsidian and right here as well, just to contain more of those items. And then you're going to be standing on top of a hopper right here. That way additional items that land at your feet still get collected. Also place in a trapdoor right here and flick that up. That way you can stand directly against this and reach all the blocks going towards the back. You also need to put 3 more glass blocks right here so that nothing escapes to the side. And that is the entire stone generator done. So now if we turn on the build, we can stand right here and mine all of this stuff as fast as you want. As you can see, there is always something to mine. You're going to be getting plenty of cobblestone or stone from this build. And again, if you don't want to fall down like inside of the hopper, because that's kind of annoying, just put a layer of carpet right there. And as you can see, all of our stuff is getting collected into the chest right here. So yep, this thing looks a little bit complicated to build, and it's kind of an eyesore a little bit, but I assure you it's a very good cobblestone farm. And again, it's actually really simple to build once you get into it and understand how it works. So that's going to do it for today's Bedrock Edition tutorial. If you have enjoyed, then of course consider dropping a like, as it helps out the video and the channel a ton. If you're new here, then maybe subscribe so that you don't miss future tutorials. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys down in the comment section and in the next one. And then there was silence.